The chill, a creeping miasma, had settled upon the house like a shroud. I had never found solace in the gaudy revels of All Hallows' Eve. The masquerade, the saccharine offerings, the clamoring hordes, all struck a discordant chord within my soul, a soul already attuned to the dissonant harmonies of solitude. My youth, a barren landscape devoid of camaraderie, had rendered the annual ritual a source of quiet torment. Once, I had clung to the coat-tails of my mother, a meager shield against the encroaching loneliness. But the cruel passage of years had stripped me of even that thin veneer of protection. This year, at the age of 14, the prospect of navigating the darkened streets alone, a solitary figure amidst the costumed throngs, filled me with a profound, almost unbearable dread. My younger sister, a fragile creature of 8, still clung to the innocent joys of the night. My mother, weary from the day's toil, dutifully accompanied her, leaving me to the desolate task of dispensing sugary morsels to the passing phantoms. A task I accepted with a strange, perverse sense of relief, a thin excuse to avoid the haunted streets. The house, a familiar yet unsettling structure, grew increasingly oppressive as the sun dipped below the horizon. The flickering glow of the television, a testament to the marathon of macabre tales, cast long, distorted shadows across the living room. The occasional chime of the doorbell, a brief intrusion of the outside world, served only to accentuate the suffocating silence that permeated the house. Then the phone rang. A jarring, shrill cry that echoed through the empty rooms, a metallic scream that pierced the veil of my uneasy reverie. The ringer, set to an ungodly volume, sent a jolt of primal fear through my veins. I lifted the receiver, my hand trembling slightly, and uttered a hesitant greeting. Silence. A heavy, suffocating silence, punctuated only by the faint rustling and muffled sounds of an unseen presence. I repeated my greeting, my voice growing increasingly strained, until the line went dead. A cold dread settled upon me, a premonition of some unseen terror. I dismissed it as a juvenile prank, a fleeting disturbance in the night's eerie symphony. Yet the unease lingered, a persistent itch beneath the skin. The television, a flickering beacon in the growing darkness, failed to dispel the encroaching dread. The phone rang again. The same unknown number, a malevolent symbol etched upon the caller ID. I hesitated, then lifted the receiver once more. This time, I could discern a faint, labored breathing, a sound that sent a shiver down my spine. "Steve, is that you?" I asked, my voice laced with a forced bravado. The line went dead. The fear, a cold, clammy hand, tightened its grip around my heart. The night wore on, the darkness deepening, the doorbell growing silent. The television, a flickering portal to realms of horror, offered little solace. The phone rang again, its strident cry a harbinger of dread. I answered, my voice a mere whisper. Silence. The same suffocating silence, the same faint, unsettling breathing. Then, a voice, deep and distorted, a grotesque parody of human speech, uttered a chilling pronouncement, "I'll be paying you a visit tonight." I slammed the receiver down, my hand shaking uncontrollably. The fear, a ravenous beast, clawed at my sanity. I swore to myself that I would not answer the phone again, that I would not succumb to the unseen tormentor. Half an hour passed. The silence, once a source of unease, now became a suffocating weight. Then the lights went out. The television screen flickered and died, plunging the house into absolute darkness. A wave of primal terror washed over me, a chilling reminder of my vulnerability. A series of loud, violent thumps echoed from the front door, a relentless assault that sent my heart racing. I screamed, a raw, animalistic cry of fear, a desperate attempt to ward off the unseen horror. Then, laughter. A cruel, mocking laughter that echoed through the darkness. I recognized the voice, Steve. Relief washed over me, a momentary reprieve from the suffocating terror. I flung open the door, my anger momentarily eclipsing my fear. "So, it was you," I snarled, shoving him roughly. He stumbled back, his laughter echoing through the night. "What do you mean?" he asked, his confusion palpable. "I didn't say anything." "The phone calls," I hissed. "The voice. Do it again." He stared at me, his eyes wide with disbelief. "I didn't make any calls," he said. "I just called a moment ago and did heavy breathing." A cold dread settled upon me, a chilling realization that the tormentor was not Steve. I led him to the fuse box, a gnawing premonition of what we would find. The box was open, the wires severed, a testament to the unseen intruder's malevolent intent. We fled back into the house, our hearts pounding, our breaths ragged. I called my mother, her voice a distant beacon of sanity in the encroaching darkness. She promised to call the police, to send help, to protect us from the unseen terror. The call was traced to a payphone outside a nearby bar, a desolate outpost in the night's dark expanse. A place where shadows lurked and secrets festered. I am left to ponder the nature of the night's events. Was it merely a cruel prank, a twisted jest that had spiraled out of control? Or was it something more sinister, a glimpse into the abyss, a taste of the cosmic horrors that lurk beyond the veil of our perceived reality? The laughter, the voice, the severed wires, these fragments of terror haunt my waking hours, a constant reminder of the night's chilling events. I am left with a gnawing uncertainty, a fear that the unseen tormentor still lurks in the shadows, waiting to return. And I know, with a chilling certainty, that I never want to learn the true nature of that entity. The darkness has revealed too much, and I find myself forever changed, forever haunted.